Hey everyone, I'm LC Gamer, and welcome back to Deathmark. In the last video, we, managed to have our first encounter with Red Riding Hood, and, Hiru kind of went insane for some reason. Anyway, it's time to head back to the, Masquerade Hotel, and see who our new companion will be. I think it's supposed to be Ita. Anyway. I didn't think it would go for 2 days straight, but it's sprinkling again tonight. Gotta set the mood for the investigation, huh? Mother Nature is just taunting me. As the time comes to get the search started, two figures finally appear. Hey, right on time. Did you get any sleep? Damon looks exhausted, probably as a result of everything that happened last night.
Hello! 今日はわしの出番じゃな。シクヨロ。
Hey Banshee, how are you? Banshee? I honestly never expected Banshee to come out. But he definitely has some spiritual powers. Yasuoka's judgment is on point. But more importantly, how is Hiru doing? She's stable, she's showing no adverse symptoms, but she hasn't regained consciousness, and she's exhausted a lot of energy. Even being optimistic, it isn't good. At this rate, her life could be in danger. Is that so? I was prepared for bad news, but the situation sounds exceedingly dire, laid out like that. The problem is we don't know the cause. We suspect poison, but without knowing what kind, there's nothing we can do. I say some sort of spider poison. What's worse is we can't find a puncture wound for the injection point. You can't give her serum? Isn't that normal? What? Isn't normally what you give patients when they're poisoned? Damon looks exasperated, or rather frustrated, as he shakes his head. So just try random antitoxins. Sure, if you want to kill her, go ahead. Even if we could get our hands on the poison, it would take time to create the serum. It'd be too late. So there's nothing we can do. If we just had some kind of clue. I look up at the hotel, basked in a sea of neon. There isn't much hope, but we cannot despair either. Oh, that's right, just so you know. Damon looks over at me. There was no mark on Hiru's body. I see. Which means that the nightmare isn't starting again. I sigh in relief, the frozen chunk of fear in my chest melting away. I did some investigation on that myself, actually. I went to the warehouse last night. And what did you find? Nothing had changed. That Polonia box was still sealed. I don't think I pronounced that right, but... I'm gonna say it like that. Is that right? Well, that's good. That's the first good news I've heard in a while. Come on, you two. How longer you gonna stand around chit-chatting? Let's get going already. Right? Sorry. Sorry for making you wait. This is everyone for today, right? I hesitate for a second as Ida comes to mind, but this is all of us. Let's get started. Good. Time to get a move on. He's so energetic that it's more worrying than reassuring. Why is Banshee is fired up? Just an FYI, old man, this place may be abandoned, but stealing is a crime. An ex-detective gave us the request. If you do anything illegal... How dare you? I don't go around stealing things. I'm helping out of the goodness of my heart. Anyway, who cares about that? Let's get to searching. Sounds like Damon hit the bullseye. Banshee rushes ahead into the hotel as if trying to get away. Banshee didn't steal my wallet and watch, did he? As troublesome as ever. Well, he's at least reliable at times like these. By the way, Yoshiki, may I ask you to do something for me? No need to be so formal about it. As if something were to happen to me, please move Hiru to another hospital at once. I've spoken to another doctor I know. Okay. Then if I start acting strangely, I'll leave myself in your hands, Damon. Yes, of course. And what will we do if we're both done in? Good question. I guess it'll be up to that grumpy detective. Right. Let's have him take care of it. Come on, we can let that guy wander alone. We can't let that guy wander alone. Reading. Fun. Especially when you act like you have dyslexia sometimes. Okay. Well, it's still all fancy in here. Banshee's careful voice hits us as soon as we step inside. Cheerful. Oh. Maybe I could make this my second home. Oh, what's this glass case about? Talking to himself, he starts rummaging around. I already warned you once, old man. We're not here to play. I don't think Banshee's listening. As Banshee putters around by himself, he reminds me of what happened to Hiru yesterday. We should stick together as much as possible. It's dangerous to go alone. Yeah, you're right. Hey, old man, are you listening? I have ears. He hears us all right, but clearly won't listen. Good grief. So Yoshiki, you searched up to the 3rd floor yesterday, which means we should look through the 4th floor and above today. Yeah, that's right, but is there a problem with that plan? When we went up the stairs to the 4th floor, we just ended up back in the 3rd again. I tell them about the mysterious phenomenon we encountered yesterday. Are you sure you weren't just confused? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was real. Then we're in trouble. Is there no other way to get to the 4th floor? What are you talking about? There's a way right over there, easy. Banshee unexpectedly butts in. What do you mean? That thing right there, see? Do you bumpkins not know what an elevator is? Damon lets out an irritated groan. Old man, you know elevators need electricity to work, don't you? Do you think this hotel has any power? If there isn't any, then I'll have all you... Tongue stop working. If there isn't any, then all you have to do is make it so that there is. Thank you. There are devices that control electricity. I should know. I'm an expert. Oh, really? Is that so? Damon sighs. I think he's lost the will to argue. Guess I'll just have to find the device thing myself then. He heads off, and after I had told him not to wander around from the others. I just ask you to not go off by yourself. Banshee, I'm begging you, stay. I don't get to finish my sentence. A splitting pain pierces my head, and I fall to my knees. Ugh. Yashiki, what's wrong? My head, suddenly. Do you get chronic migraines? Do you have any medicine on you? No, I don't think that's it. My head is just throbbing. A pulsing headache. If you don't have any medicine, then icing it is best. I'll go buy something from the vending machine. Sit here until I come back. Don't try to stand. You could fall over. I sink to the floor, unable to even ply. Before long, Damon returns with a cold bottle of water, but strangely enough, my headache completely vanished while he was gone. It's hard to believe that a pain that intense would disappear so easily, but it did. Damon doesn't seem particularly surprised when I tell him. No, it's not that odd. After all, we haven't clarified what caused the headache in the first place. I'm sure it's just exhaustion. You didn't sleep much yesterday, did you? No. That's true. I can't exactly say I got much rest. When you're under continuous stress, it's possible to get sudden headaches. Once you get home, you should take a bath or something and relax. Okay, I'll try that. All of that's common sense, but it carries weight coming from a doctor. By the way, Damon looks around puzzled. Where's Old Man Banshee? Huh? I whip my head around searching, but Banshee's nowhere to be found. Jeez, already? I give up. Don't need him. Why is that over like that? That doesn't look right. We'll find him soon. I hope he's okay. Yes, right after what happened yesterday. But there's nothing we can do. We'll let him do what he wants. As long as it's a proper investigation, the detective should have no complaints. Yeah, let's go. Okay, so power box. And I need Banshee for that. Going up the stairs. Here we go. Going up. The Masquerade wife. Is there anything here? I shine my flashlight through the safety window. I can see inside the elevator. It seems to be stopped on the second floor. Can we open it? I try pulling on the elevator door. Move slightly. It's possible to open it alone. But if I had help... Hey! Want to give it a try? Lend me a hand. Alright, I'll show you what I'm capable of now that I've gotten healthier. It may still not open. On my count, 1, 2. We muster all our strength and try 2 or 3 times to force the door open. Then... there's the sound of something snapping and the door suddenly slide open. Awesome! Do we break it? Maybe. It's probably still okay. But now we can search inside the elevator. Let's go on in. Hooray! We get the elevator open. Manually opening the door with my hands and stepping in feels really weird. Damon... Spiderwebs. Damon can just... closes the door once he comes inside. Oh, boy. Cautiously. I think that's what that word is. Looking at it, I can't read it. But... doesn't leaving an elevator door open concern you? True, I think it was just habit that I didn't think about it. Still, those spider webs on the ceiling? Yeah, looks like it. An enclosed area such as this would be a good place to spin a web. Now then, where should we check first? Cables. There are cables coming out of the hole in the top. Looks like a light used to be here, but was taken down for whatever reason. Fourth floor button. Keys. You slimy little... It lists room numbers from the first floor to the 6th. So the VIP room is on the 6th floor. It's the only one with a different color. Feeling it. Touching it. Coats my fingers with dust. Okay. So, nothing new there. There's a small keyhole above the operating buttons. I peer into the keyhole. Well, that's the elevator fire switch. If you stick the key in and turn it, it activates the elevator even in emergencies. Emergencies? What kind? I don't really recall. I think it can make the elevator move without closing the doors. According to Damon, normal elevators stop moving if their doors are broken. And we just broke the door. But supposing you needed to use it during an emergency, you'd need the key. This seems like a good time to use that. We did force the doors open, after all. If we broke them while doing that, we might need to use the fire switch. Still, you're pretty well informed. I learned that during a disaster drill when I worked at a large hospital. We were lectured to prepare us for anything that might happen. So that's why he knows so much. Do you have a key? You think we can use? You should try it. Let's try this. Take the emergency key ring out in my bag and check the keys on it. I find a small key that has the word fire engraved on it. I stick it in the fire switch. I slowly turn it to the on position. But I can't turn it. It doesn't seem lubricated enough. If I try to force it, it might break. I think that's the right key, but you might need to put some oil on it. The spoon that appears to have stained after being used and then abandoned. Can I use this? No. No, I'm not gonna mess with that. Okay, so for the time being, we have nothing to use on it. Okay, from here, we're going to the 3rd floor. Hopefully, Banshee's okay. It's an object with an iron cover. I think it's some kind of electrical cover device. Yes, sure. What's this one? Masquerade wife. Picture of a masked woman walking with a cane. Let's try going up. Yep. Still no good. And, look through. And nothing inside. 1 floor below. Maybe we can get this one open. Yeah. Okay. Let's try this room. We might have a little bit of luck here. Tools. This may not work at all. Yep, figured. Okay. Feel. Try pulling. Didn't move. Let's see. Try opening it while pushing from another direction. Which direction is that? One not involved with it opening or closing, so from the side. Try pulling on the frame again, and I'll try out my idea. Okay, I pull on it again, as I'm told. Damon puts his hand on the side of the knob and leans his weight toward the hinge. Then, the door, which had stubbornly refused to open, now abruptly pops open. Thank you, Damon. Wow, it actually opened. Just a little life wisdom. I live in an old, traditional house, so I deal with my fair share of troublesome doors. Ay. Mouth stops working constantly today. Makes sense. You never know what's going to come in handy. There might be something inside. After all, this guest room seems different. Indeed it does. Yeah, we should be careful. Opening door to the bathroom. Oh, cool. So, no thank you. Let's take a look inside. I step inside and dig around in the bathtub. I immediately notice a large object that looks like a small log. What's this? I stare at it until I realize what it is. Wooden horse head. Okay. Damon seems shocked. It might be a little late to be saying this, but you really are impressive, Yoshiki. Yeah. And I go inside and flush the toilet. The toilet lets out a horrible coughing noise and spits up some black water. When I look up, I notice something stuck on the side of the tank. Worn out talisman. Cool, but also gross. Okay, moving on. Yeah. There's a shelf stuck to the wall. Let's see what's in there. And check through all the bottles on the shelf. Find a tube that still has something left inside. Maybe toothpaste? I look at the label. Vaseline. That could work with the key. Light petroleum. Huh. It's used as lubricant and moisturizers. Huh? Might come in handy. There are dark red stains by the sink drain. Seems to be dried blood. Someone must have lost a lot of blood, going by how much is on the floor. What the hell happened here? Okay. Horsey, do you need your head back? I guess not. Okay, down to the previous floor. Alright, let's see. Elevator. Nope. Click on it first. Vaseline. Something more than a replacement for oil. It's nothing more than a replacement for oil, but it might help the key slide better. And where's that key? Alright, there's the key. 1, 2, 3. Slowly turn it to the on position. Something clicks, but nothing happens. Okay, so we have it going now. Push the button. There are buttons for the first floor to the 5th floor. I pushed one of the buttons. As I thought, nothing happens. Wait, is it just me or something off? It is indeed odd. The buttons only go up to the 5th floor, and yet the floor guide says there's a 6th floor. That is quite concerning. Maybe you can only get to the 6th floor by using the stairs. I don't think so. It says the 6th floor has the deluxe suite. I've never heard of a VIP room that you can only get to using the stairs. It's a good point. They wouldn't make their guests of honor use the stairs. But then, what does this discrepancy mean? I suddenly remember how Banshee was fixated on the elevator. Like he somehow knew it had a secret all along. Banshee, where are you? In the end, we'll just have to try to get it moving. Huh? Get what moving? This elevator. What Banshee was saying. Damon stares at me, his face a mask of utter disbelief. You know Banshee has mysterious powers. Maybe we just need to bet on them. Though this idea has a huge hole in it. Problem is how we go about getting it to move. Don't have the slightest idea. I see now. I thought he was going to get irritated with me, but Damon thinks about something for a while. Then he slowly starts talking. Yashiki, to be honest, I've been giving it a lot of thought since then. A lot of thought to what? Why we survived. Or maybe why the spirits were vanquished. I've been considering the reason. It's surprising to hear him talk about that. He speaks as if recounting something painful. The reason why, it's clear that nothing physical was behind it, but I get the feeling that they were vanquished for a more meaningful reason. Otherwise, that soldier wouldn't have crumbled just from one hit with a chisel. Which leads me to one answer. The fights we experienced with these spirits weren't actually fights. More rituals with certain conventions. Rituals? Yes, just like religious ceremonies, rituals that are presented to the spirits. A ritual is a reenactment of something obvious that doesn't actually take place. But maybe going through the motions satisfies those on the other side. Then one's purpose is accomplished. In our case, the spirits were vanquished. Then the marks disappeared. It's all conceptual, but it's a convincing argument, especially for those with personal experience. For example, we vanquished Hanahiko with lipstick and a hand mirror, but we were essentially reenacting his memories of his mother, and if you define a ritual as a reenactment, then that would mean our fights were rituals. I understand that, but how does that relate to now? Does this require a ritual too? That was my point. We must fix the elevator, that much is clear, but perhaps we only need a ritual, in other words, go through the motions. So, he's saying we need to perform some kind of ritual to get the elevator moving. It's almost like playing a house. This isn't playtime. Rituals are serious. No adult would get excited over a groundbreaking ceremony. True. This is the work of a being caught up in some delusion, like the spirits. A ritual might make something happen. The investigation was entrusted to you, therefore I leave the decision to you. Okay. So, let's leave the elevator. Let's go down the floor. Let's see if Banshee's down here. No, Banshee. Okay. There are pictures of the guest rooms on the wall. There's an object with a metal cover, electrical device. Hair? Open the cover and peek inside. I don't know the actual name for it, but I find a device that looks like a circuit board. And of course it's broken. We'll have to fix this if we want to get the elevator moving. Just like the old man said, it normally doesn't move without electricity. Of course, we don't have to actually fix it. So long as we can get it moving. We'll only be performing a repairing ritual. That's all we can do. By the way, Yoshiki. Damon's face pales further as he groans. This stuff hanging everywhere. I think it's human hair. Sweat drips down my back. It certainly does look that way. Well, we can only ignore it for now. Yeah, good idea. Trying to put it from my mind, I reach out to the circuit board. Just then I notice something weird. What's that noise? When I hold my head close to the circuit board, I hear a faint buzzing. It's coming from the circuit board. Something might be vibrating inside it. That's often the case with electrical devices. You're right, it's vibrating. Touching the case with my fingers, I can feel the vibration. He was right. The board is vibrating. So that must be why. Damon nods to himself. There aren't any spider webs here. What do you mean? Nothing. I'd expected this place to be covered with spider webs, like the elevator. It was strange to see it, wasn't it? It's probably because of the noise. Spiders hate small vibrations like this. Huh. Good info. I've heard that's why they don't spin webs by motors or things like that. Huh? It's not really relevant. Now, what should we do about this? Yeah, what job, item, or something would work with all this? Vaseline, wooden horse head. Let's use one of these. Take out the mini massager. Taking it out. Nope, that's not gonna work. Okay, feel around. And try moving the switches. There doesn't seem to be anything wrong with it. Look at it. The copper bar is broken. That's the only place that's obviously damaged. Tools. Horse head. Take out the wooden horse head. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Spoon! Now take out the spoon and place it on the bar. Metal conducts electricity, right? I see, so electricity will be able to pass through that. Yeah, I'm not sure it'll actually work, though. It might be enough for what we're trying to accomplish right now. I force the spoon behind the copper bar. And it sticks in place rather nicely. I use the spoon to repair the circuit breaker. And now, let's go back upstairs. No, wait. First, let's try out the elevator. Push the button. No, not gonna work. Okay. Moving on up. Up we go. Going inside the elevator. And pushing the button. There are buttons for the 1st and 5th floor. I pushed one of the buttons, so I thought nothing happens. Okay, so that was a bust. We need to go up one more floor and check the elevator panel up there. Oh boy, oh boy. Alright. This is interesting. Banshee's there. He's appreciating a painting on the wall and mumbling something. What's so interesting about the painting? What are you doing? Why aren't you planning... Are you planning on stealing that, are you? Huh? Even I can tell this painting ain't worth a dime. I was just giving it a good look-see. These paintings seem to have a specific order of view to view them. See you. I'm gonna go look somewhere else. Interesting. Banshee disappears toward the stairs. Okay. Let's try flipping switches. I tried pressing the switch, but it's broken, so I can't get it to stay. It's something like a rubber hand. I might be able to keep it in place. Hand. How about a horse head? Take out the horse head. Okay. How about one of these? Yeah, go figure. Okay, credit card. Alright, that's not gonna work. Alright, I'm gonna go back to that one room downstairs, which I tried to find something in earlier. And couldn't get anything out of it. Alright. Let's use the horse head here. Take out the horse head. No good ideas? Alright, that's not... Let's try this. I try pulling on it. It doesn't budge. I'll have to lift the bed up a little more if I want to get it out. What do you think? Can you lift this? Well, I can at least hold it up. I'll just have to give it a try. Make sure you don't hurt your back. 1, 2, 3. We both lift the bed and manage to drag the object out with my foot. I've got it. We can put it down now. I worked up a sweat. So what did you find? Contraceptive. A condom. Most likely. Strange, it hasn't been found until now. Well, at least it hasn't been used. Yeah. Great. Well, this is a love hotel, so not surprising that that would be there. Alright, let's try using this. This isn't an original purpose, but it's still rubber. If I stretch it, it should work like a rubber band. Okay. And with both hands and hook it onto the switch. Takes more strength than I expected. Managed to connect the ends and fix the switch in place. Huh? You're pretty imaginative. Yeah. That is pretty imaginative. Okay. Back down we go to the elevator. And, let's get this elevator moving. Alright, here we go. And nothing happens. Okay. What am I missing here? Okay, let's go find Banshee again. Might be able to help me. So, Banshee. You going to help me here? Pushing buttons. No, that's not gonna work. Yeah, no, nothing there. Okay, what do we have here? It's a display case holding various products. A painting is clearly out of place among them. Masquerade's wife. It's a picture of a masked woman wearing a wedding gown. Okay, so there's a wedding gown. And, if we go up. This one is Masquerade wife. It's a picture of a masked woman gazing at a man. And the last one is a woman with a cane. Why did I end up back on the first floor? I thought I told it to go take me upstairs. Okay. Go upstairs. Alright, so we have here Masquerade wife. It's a picture of a masked woman walking with a cane. Okay, I know what order it needs to be in. We go down one. Look at this one. And we go down to the lobby. We look at this one. Then we go up to the 3rd floor. Come on. And then we look at the one with the cane. If I'm wrong, I'll have to do a bit of editing to figure the order out. Any luck here? Anything here? Nope, just the spider bed. Creepy. Wait, there's that box too. Let's go down one level. Take a look at that box. Which side was it on? Let's try the left side real fast. No, it was on the other side. Okay. So it was on the right side. And what do I have in here? On the right door, empty cardboard box. Yeah, go figure. It's worth a shot. Okay. Now I'm lost. Let's go back down to the lobby. And, I will be right back to see if I can dig up a little, info that might help me. See you guys in a second. So, I think I figured out what I was missing. Because, after all, I went straight for the buttons instead of trying to reuse that key. Alright, let's see. Does it work this time? And slowly turn to the on position. Something clicks. Then we're moving. Awesome. The elevator automatically moves to the first floor. Damon groans as he wipes sweat off his face. I can't believe it. It actually moved. Wait a second. You're the one who suggested we do a ritual. I suppose so. Still, I'm shocked. But now, finally, yeah, we might be able to get to go above the 3rd floor. Exactly. I wonder what we'll find. Well, let's try it. 4th floor. The elevator stops at the 4th floor. Looks like we managed to make it up here. Yeah, let's go. I have a bad feeling about what I'm going to encounter. The gloomy hallway stretches out ahead of us. It doesn't look all that different from the lower floors. Hi there. It's her. A red raincoat appears in the darkness. My grip on the flashlight becomes sweaty. That's... Damon takes a step back. Sir, other people are unnecessary. You're the only one I want to see, sir. I don't like gross or scary things. She's calling me sir again. She seems like she'll listen to what I have to say. I should try asking her something this time. Anything, really. I just need a clue. Anything that can help save Hiru, who's suffering in pain at this very moment. Okay. Mind made up, I take a deep breath, but... Ugh. Damon stumbles over something and falls. Huh? Are you okay? Sorry, nothing Huh? Damon falls silent as he tries to stand. I look over at him and immediately see it. The thing Damon stumbled over is... Banshee. Damon instinctively scrambles back. What is that? Something that looks like a giant cocoon is sticking to the floor. You can see his scarf and hat tangled in the glittering thread. They look familiar. No, it can't be. Banshee? Old man? You're kidding. Banshee, can you hear me? Please say something. I hear a muffled voice from the cocoon. He's alive. Ha 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 ha. Spiders. I quickly move to shoot him away, but I see a red finger out of the corner of my eye. Red figure. Ugh. Elf? Damon's so panicked, he's unintentionally... unintelligible. But I know what he's trying to say. Escape to the elevator is our only choice. Go, go. Together we rip Banshee up off the floor. Carrying him like a log, we stumble to the elevator. We fall into the elevator and repeatedly slam the button for the first floor. Banshee, can you hear me? Hey, say something. Damon tries to give Banshee medical treatment. Damn it, he's no longer responsive. responding. His body is going rigid. As Damon focuses on helping Banshee, I see something black squirming by his shoulder. Damon? Huh? Ah! I blink and suddenly the entire elevator is filled with wriggling shadows. They come in one after another. My arachnophobia is starting to act up on me. A swarm of spiders is coming in. What do? Find the source, yell loudly, smash them. Find the source. They have to be getting in from somewhere. I hastily look around the elevator. But I don't see any spots like that. They just look like they're gushing out of the walls. Oh, frick. Death by spiders. No, spiders! Eamon cries out in despair. With sharp pain. Oh, those are creepy-ass spiders. Damon's painful grunts sound far away. I'm wrapped up in an infinite silence. Oh boy. So, there's that. And I'm going to try and get us at least to the first floor in the next video. So until then, see you guys.